the city, baby, and us in Texaco.
Okay, we're gonna move the Black Explorer for the first time under its own power. Okay, we're starting on the rocker. First thing we're going to do is there should be 3 spot welds. We're going to go ahead and drill those out so our spot weld cutter can bite. And then there's a whole bunch here all the way back, and that'll separate this piece once we make a cut across here. And then you can get into the rocker. Okay, we've cut out all the rust except this, which I've got to build this entire section. Here is the reinforcement. Here's the new one. I have already trimmed it to roughly fit where it needs to go. I'm going to work on mocking that up in place and do some fine tuning. Okay, the rocker reinforcement, and I built that little section, is all welded in. We're about to get the rocker and dog leg, outer rocker and dog leg, and see about fitting them. Okay, I got the outer rocker and dog leg reattached. It's welded here. I know it looks like crap, but every time I got up here in here on this side, I guess the metal's just way too thin. I wound up having to build up from here to the weld line almost all the way across until I come into good metal. That's why it's a little punky, but never gonna see it anyway. Same thing with right in here, but it's attached. A couple spot welds. I gotta weld the seam here, which should go a lot better. I'm about to put a little primer on it and attach the piece that goes here, or I can start fitting the lower. Alright, as you can see, the rocker's in and fully welded, and I got some primer on it. It's mostly just a bunch of cutting, fitting, take off, trim a little. When you go to weld the seams, you want to make sure you just tack and stitch and not continuously weld, or you're going to get a lot of waves. This is a little wavy, but there ain't no helping it since I had to do a double seam. While I'm on this side, this hole is for the window track on this side of the door. It was ripped out. Luckily, the piece of metal was still with it, so I have trimmed it where it fits back up in the hole. I flattened this out. I'm gonna move a little paint all around the edges on both pieces and fit it in and get ready to tack it in place. As you can see, I'm done with the rockers. Got them painted. Here's the other side. Had to do a double stitch on this side because it was a little higher up than I thought. So, but started putting the interior kind of back in. Carpet, headliner's been in. Put the rear dome light in. I'm not going to film a whole lot of putting the interior back in because same as it coming out. I'll probably wipe off over there on that fender tub, the rail, just any of the dirt. Same thing over here. But yeah. Alright, as I said, I was going to work on putting the interior back in. I didn't film any of this, pretty much the same as pulling it out. Just a bunch of clips, couple screws, not a big thing. Seats are the hardest thing to get in and out. But everything has been wiped down, disinfected, conditioned, all that, some of the cleaners. Carpets, seats have been carpet cleaned a handful of times. Every panel's been wiped down. Good look at the rocker on this side. All these panels, seats, immaculate. Don't have a console lid. These two centerpieces need to be replaced, but they're a dime a dozen. Just gotta find them. I need the little cover. It goes over this. I think I have the one that broke. I may be able to repair it. I gotta put the lens back in. I need a set of correct color visors, the lid, those buttons, and then one or two little clips like you might be able to see right there. I'm missing that one. But I got a vacuum in here. There's some slight discoloration, but that's just from stain from like soda or coffee. It will not come out. Later on, if I'm really that big about it, I'll just re-dye the carpet. But seats are immaculate. Seat belts were cleaned. Everything. But that's for interior pretty much all back together. Okay, now I do intend on updating the radio to maybe a Bluetooth receiver. The door panels, as you see, aren't on. I have them. They're good. I gotta do the armrest on that side where the foam has come unglued, but it's not a big deal. The reason they're not on is I still have work to do in both doors. Oh, I have got to buy a new pair of locking mechanisms, the latches. This one will not open from the outside even though it's all hooked up, because there's a little spring in those things that break and then the latch gets really iffy. So, new set, 50 bucks for the pair. It's not a big problem. And this side, I've got to replace the window.